Hello there, I'm AJ PuzzleFerret, and welcome back to X4 Foundations, where in this episode I have again written myself a small list of things to do. But first things first, I need to actually take a captain off this ship. Well, not a captain, but someone, you know. Crew member, this person over here, someone, please, someone needs to go onto this station. For over the last little while, I've been trying to clear up something that I've been doing for ages, which is adding up quests in my quest log and never actually completing them. So I'm going around the universe and I'm adding managers to stations. There, another manager down. So hopefully this little number of quests at the bottom will go down significantly with a bit of luck. Oh no, I don't want to be in there. Right, so the next thing I want to do is I want to go and rename the sector over here that we took over in the other episode. Pious Mists 11? 11. Pious Mists 11 is now going to be called, with a bit of luck, Paranid Tears 11. For Don Jacob suggested it. It's a good idea, and we're going to go with that. So it's Paranid Tears 11. Excellent. Then we can call
Orders.
Pious Mists 4. We can call Pious Mists 4 Paranid Tears 4 after we've done that. So that all sounds good to me. And then we'll have to do Pious Mists 2, but that's got that's a much more difficult sector to take. I've already got 1, 2, 3, 4 defense stations there. This one needs messing around with. That one, and I mean, I've got so many stations there. I've even been trying to add some sort of factory type stuff into that sector so that I can increase my reputation with them over time. For I do need to increase my reputation due to my you know, untimely attack of their place. But the next thing I wanted to do was look at the auxiliary ships. I accidentally found them the other day. I remember in the previous episode I found a symbol on the map and I thought, what's that? That's a weird symbol. I've never seen that before. And it was an auxiliary ship, and this is the auxiliary ship of the Teladi.
Awaiting orders.
It's got. I didn't think that the auxiliary ships were going to be like extra large ships. I expected them to be probably medium, because they're just meant to supply other ships, as far as I'm aware, or resupply them, which means that they have tons of space for all sorts of missiles and consumables, which is brilliant. I mean, look at that. You can carry 450 satellites, advanced satellites. I mean, that's a lot of money. How much does it cost to make them? Oh, quite a lot. Quite a lot indeed. I could do with dumping a load of advanced satellites all over the place, so I might actually spend that cash at some point, but not on this ship. This ship I'm not too keen on. It's only got 3 guns at the front, and they're only medium guns, so that's not brilliant. And then there's another gun there, another gun there, another gun there, but that's behind this great big dome, so it's not got a good shooting line for most of this area.
Awaiting orders.
Which is terrible. You don't want things to be completely blocked off from shooting things. So yeah, this is just a general problem that I've had with the Teladi ships all over the place. Most of the Teladi ships, although they're really cool looking, they've got terrible lines of sight for the guns, because they've always got this massive dome in front of them. I think that this wonderful little ring here could have done with being surrounded with guns, and then it would have been able to shoot all over the place, but having been put the way it is, this is not the ship for me. It's how's its shields? I don't think its shields are too bad. Yeah, 284,000 is pretty good shield-wise. If you can up the shields with the modifications, then obviously those shields will be far better. How's its engines? Obviously, these are the Teladi engines, so they're not the fastest of engines in the universe, but you can get a bit of a speed, not much of a speed. It's not a great speed. Basically, it's not the best of these auxiliary ships. It's just not the best. As for being different to the other ships in the universe, well, it's pretty much very similar to all of the other Teladi ships by looks alone. So yeah, it's not my favourite of the auxiliary ships, I'm afraid. So I won't be buying that one, and I do plan on buying an auxiliary ship today because I quite like the auxiliary ships. This one is the Argon ship, the Nomad Vanguard. Obviously, there's a Sentinel variety as well, I'm guessing. Now this looks brilliant. Look at that. That there looks like a proper destroyer type ship. If this was a destroyer, then I will be very happy with that. All it needs is a couple of guns at the front and stuff. But it's not a destroyer, it's one of these auxiliary ships. And it looks like everything's medium guns again. Everything's medium guns, yes. There's no large guns on the thing at all. It could have had large guns. If this was the destroyer, and it had large guns and a couple of guns at the front, then I would be exceptionally happy with this. It looks good. It does have the issue of having the... It looks like it has the issue. If that's the place where you stand, the cockpit, if that's the cockpit, then this would have its landed ships right in front of you every time you're on the thing. So this would suffer the same problem that the what's it called? Cerberus, I think it is. The Cerberus has, which is it's dumped the ships in front of you, which is right in the way of your view. Obviously, if this was the cockpit, then that would be brilliant. Well, far superior to the other version. I quite like this one. I'm quite happy with this one. I think that it is definitely an option as to this one. As for shields and engines, how fast can it go? 107. Oh dear. 113. That's only a little bit similar to the Teladi one. That's not great. And as for its shielding, around about the same. Interesting. That I didn't expect. I wonder if they're all the same for the shielding. That's cool. I do like this ship. I really do. Its stats aren't satisfactory, but it's quite cool. These guns, you got a great big thing in the way of most of its firing line. I would have stuck the guns down the side, probably there and maybe there. Oh no, there's only two, so probably there and there. It doesn't really make sense to stick them behind a great big thing, does it? I mean, it doesn't look right. It's not how you would do it if you were thinking of it carefully. I mean, you'd probably stick them across the top as well, or the bottom. I don't know. It just seems weird that they're all like that, apart from the front two, which are handily... Oh dear, that's a bit close. Handily just there, which is great. They're okay. Them, yes. That one, that's a shield. That gun, yes.
Awaiting orders.
These guns, But yeah, so that one is not bad, not great. It's not the best of them, because of course I have saved the best for last. As usual, the Paranid ships seem to outdo all of the other races very easily. So let's see, and we should be able to get this. Wow, this place is busy. There's even one of these ships flying around. So let's go to the station and let's actually get us one of these ships because I love this one. Where is it? The Atlas Sentinel. Oh, that's the Sentinel variety. Does that mean I should be getting my ship from the other dock? Oh dear, am I going to have to deal with the proper Paranid? Not that one.
Awaiting orders.
Where is it? It's over here. Here we go. Right. Let's buy it from here because I want the Vanguard, not the Sentinel. Vanguards usually go faster. It's as simple as that. And so, yeah, Vanguard. Let's see. It's got more hull than the other ones, I believe. I wasn't really paying attention to the hull, was I? But it does seem to have more hull than the other ones. It's got a terrible lack of guns on the bottom. It's only got 2 guns down there. But it's got 2 guns up here. Is that 2 guns? Yes, 2 guns up there. It's got 2 guns at the side, and it's got 2 guns at the other side, and they've all got a field of view that is greater than any of the other of the auxiliary ships. So this ship makes a heck of a lot of sense. And just look at the thing. It's awesome. It really looks good. It's sleek. It's basically like a Star Trek saucer module.
Awaiting orders.
It's good. I like it. Let's see. It's got travel engine. It goes at 160, 170. I'm definitely going for the 170 because, yes, the speed is definitely something that I want. And then the shielding, obviously, this is Paranid shielding, so that needs swapping out for Teladi shielding just for extra shielding. And then we'll get the all around. I virtually never go for the better version, because you're paying a heck of a lot for what is essentially the tiniest of tiny in terms of extras. So yeah, I'm not going to bother with that. It's not really my thing. I really like that all of these ships get two docks for the medium
Awaiting
ships,
orders.
which means that I'm going to be able to dump 2 Gorgons on the back of here, each of which will have 4 turrets, which means that each of which is going to be blasting things to bits. If I make those turrets like lasers, yeah, lasers. I think it's lasers. Anyway, if I make beams, that's the one. If I make them beams, then that'll be 4 beams from each one. So that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 turrets right on the top there. That is pretty good, really. I mean, it's decent, that. So I think I shall definitely be going for that. And the shielding, obviously, this is not Teladi, so it's not the best of shielding. So I think if you put the Teladi shielding on, that would probably be 258 again, like the others. So let's not have it full done yet, because we can actually put another shield on it. We can take it to the Teladi dock and fix that. Okay, so next up is filling it with weapons. Well, filling it with shielding first for everything, because I always do that first. And I think that either beams or the bolters are pretty good. I don't know, the beams. They're cheaper than the bolters, though, so that kind of makes you feel like, because they're cheaper, they're probably not as good, right? I don't know. What would you pick? Would you pick the beams, or would you pick the bolters, or do you tend to go for the dumbfire or the tracking missiles? They are quite expensive. I've seen them in action. Yeah, I've seen them in action, and they do seem to be quite good. But I don't use missiles. I really don't. I just don't use them. So yeah, I think I'll go for beams with these for now. I can change them all out later. It's just that the beams seem to be the I like the Star Trek vibe, because I just do. And to have beams everywhere, brilliant. It just feels right. Anyway, so we've got beams everywhere. We have no main weapons, because no main weapons. Boo. I so wish that it had main weapons. If it had main weapons, then I'd just be using these all the time. Well, no, the other one still has the advantage of, wow, you can have 100 repair drones. Why would you want 100 repair drones? Okay, let's have 10 repair drones. And maybe 20 cargo drones, so that it can shift things around. And then it can have a sea of defense drones. Ha! 70. Wow, that's a lot of defense drones. Okay, but I do want to put loads of advanced satellites around the universe. I've got, like, really basic satellites everywhere, and the advanced satellites, it's about time I started dropping some advanced satellites around the place. So how much is that going to add? Quite a lot. I thought that might be the case. I don't need laser towers and friend-foe mines and all that sort of stuff, because I just don't use them. I mean, I've been doing a couple of missions for the Paranid to try and improve my rep with them, so that I'm ready for attacking their places. Yeah, no, I'm trying to avoid it because I found that if you drop, wow, you can have 200 and something crew. Crikey, that is a lot of crew. You know what? I'm gonna have loads of crew. Loads of people will join me. What's this? Is this a maximum on the thing? I don't know. No, that's just the maximum on the ship. How many? I don't know. Let's have 180, and then all of the rest can be Marines. That is a heck of a lot of crew. Tons of crew. So if this ship gets blown to pieces, then yeah, that's a lot, a huge amount of Paranid destroyed in one ship. But I like this ship, I really do. I'll get those changed out at the other place, and I'll make some Gorgons to go well with that. And that is one ship purchased. Brilliant. Aye aye. There's a lockbox over there. I have something for that. I bought them just a little while ago. Where are they? They'll have to get there, though. It's quite a way. And I've forgotten where they were, so that's also annoying. Lockbox grabber. There we go. Let's take the lockbox grabber and tell it to go over there and get that lockbox, if it will. Can I do this? I hope so, because this is their purpose. So it seemed weird if they couldn't. Collect the lockbox. Brilliant. Awesome. Ha. Okay, so we can get those doing that. I'm renaming each of those into lockbox grabber. At the moment, there's only one that's named properly. The rest aren't. So yes, we have completed 2 of the things on my list for today. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is to set up a space weed factory in one of the Teladi sectors, because Shijin's been talking to me about these space weed factories, and that in the Teladi sectors it should be absolutely perfect. So let's get over to Teladi sector. This seems as good as any. Let's go to a main sector. Have lots of people around, always best. Okay, so we're over in Teladi space now. That's nice. Oh, please load in. Come on, I don't want that pathway not being there forever. Good, thank you. I don't like walking over the vast space where I expect to have things. Ooh, this is nice. Look at that. With all of the asteroids and the planets. That's really nice. Just look at that thing. I don't take enough time to sit and look at these things, I think. That's my problem. Anyhow, saying that we don't have the time to sit and look at these things, let's not have the time to sit and look at these things, because I want to make a space weed factory. So, whereabouts? Presumably, I mean, it's served by 3 gates, so around here would probably be the best place. As far as I know, space weed is allowed in Teladi space. Anywhere, I think. So yeah, we should be alright. I better check this just to make sure. Player stuff. How can we check how can I check what's legal and illegal in this zone? There's going to be a way. I know this. I'm gonna have a look into this, and then I'll see you soon. Yeah, here we go. It's space weed. It's only illegal in the Republic, in the Argon Federation. I was told how to say that, and I've completely forgotten since. Holy Order and the Paranid. So anywhere where it's Teladi, absolutely fine, no problem. So we can make that, and we'll be wanting spice and swamp plants as well. So we shall do that. Let us make our station and make tons and tons of money from the space weed. I don't know how big it's going to want to be. It's probably going to be fine at that size. I can't imagine it needing to be much bigger. And they're really not charging me much for it. That's brilliant. Maybe they know I'm going to make a space weed factory. Maybe they heard me. Right, let's make a dock first. This doesn't particularly need anything major. Let's have one of these. And maybe one of these. I haven't had a chance to make... Oh, maybe not. Considering there's not enough space for it. Oh, there is if you put it sideways. Awesome, let's do that then. Okay, so we've got a big dock and the small dock, so we can have something massive dock on our station as well as something tiny. Now, let's have a look at the modules. I think that this one's a pretty good one because you can put things all the way around it. So I might go with that. And the actual production itself, we need energy cells for starters, so we can put rats! Not enough space. Why is there never enough space? I mean, I suppose I could put it just out in the middle of nowhere, because I am aware that you can do that with stations. I just don't like the idea. I mean, how is that supposed to get its energy cells over there? I might improve this a bit so that I can fit... I always like to fit things on the actual station. Okay. Now, what do we need? We need spice, for starters. Because without spice, we don't get it. There. I'm going to need another one of these connectors for actually something else. Oh. Wrong place. Never mind. We'll have two then. Okay, and then we need more production, and we need actual space weed, so swamp plants. Yes. No. Oh, wonderful. Yeah, I'll put it there, and then it'll be right in the way of everything else. This needs more thought. Let's get rid of this one, which I'll just dump out there, and then it'll go. Be gone. Great. And then we can get one of the other ones again. One of these, I think. These are great. I like these. They're wonderful. You can just dump them anywhere, and they have loads of connections to them, so it just feels like you can plant anything you want all over the place. Now then, back to the space weed production, and we'll want swamp plants, but that's kind of... it's in the way. That's not so bad.
Order completed.
Thank you. Keep doing whatever you're doing. You're doing a grand job. Right, let's move that out of the way a bit. I don't like things intersecting. I know you're probably allowed to do that, but I don't like it. So we've got our swamp plant production, spice production, and we need actual space weed production as well, because it is the kind of point of the entire place. So there we go. We've got our space weed, swamp plant, and that, but we'll need lots of storage for various things. And as such... where's our storage modules? Here we go. And containers? I think. I don't know whether this requires water. It might require water because it is plants. It would make a lot of sense for it to require water, right? So I might have to put a liquid place in there. I don't know, but I'm going to guess that you need water for plants because it seems to make a lot of sense. So yes, we have swamp stuff, we have the spice production, and we have the space weed production. This should all serve to make this factory work. I can't think of anything else that it could need. I mean, obviously it could need people, but I don't like messing with getting people and these things. So we'll just see what that does, and if it's a success, then it's a success, and if it's a failure, then it wouldn't be the first of my factories that was a complete failure. So, we'll see. It only costs 8 million. That's not so bad. Considering how many of my defense stations cost about 7 million as it is. And I'm peppering the entire universe with defense stations, so yes. That should be fine. Now, what we want is a Teladi craft to go in there. And I've been specifically told, do not set this place up with loads of its own craft, because if you set it up with loads of its own craft, then those craft go around the universe and get you in a lot of trouble, because they sell the space weed or whatever around the universe. That is a bad idea. You want things to come to you rather than you to go to things. Okay, well, that's all the time I got for now, so I shall have to come back to this in the next episode. In the meanwhile, you take care. Thanks for watching. Feel free to watch other things on my channel. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. Catch you next time. Bye for now.